Move towards the next point, that is the Gauss divergence theorem. We know the statement of Gauss law. Then divergence means del dot. Divergence means the dot product, that is a del dot b bar is equal to 0. Just we go throughout the theorem. In that, let us consider the charge q at the point P. Then here every charged particle produces the electrical field around that point. Let us consider the charge q, and there is a field lines are present. Then in that, rho of V is the charge density at the point P. Then it is given by del dot d bar is equal to rho of V. That is equation number 1. This equation is represented as the Maxwell's first equation. Then Gauss law is statement given by the Gauss divergence theorem state that the integral of the normal compound of the flux density over a closed surface. Here, consider this equation. That equation becomes, that is the integral closed line integral of the surfaces throughout the flux density of any shape in an electrical field is equal to volume integral of the divergence of the flux throughout this shape enclosed by the Gaussian surface is equal to volume integral, here closed integral over the volume V, divergence del dot d bar, that is a divergence of flux throughout the enclosed by Gaussian surface. This statement or this mathematically we have to prove. So that we have to consider the first, here we consider the first Gaussian surface in a region with a certain charge density, that is a rho of E. Inside the surface, consider the small element del of V. Let del of Q be the charge within the element. So that proving this mathematical equation, we have to consider first Gaussian surface. In that Gaussian surface, we have to consider the small element del of V, and in that charges are present. In that we consider the del of V, or this del of V having the small charge, that is del of Q, charge within the element. So that if rho is the charge density may vary inside the volume V, the charge density associated volume V is given by, if the charge density and since are vary continuously in that volume, so that we can write rho of V is equal to dou of d of Q divided by d of V. Then I want the equation of d of Q. D of Q, right here, is equal to, rearrange the terms, rho of V into dV. If Q is a total charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface is given by, Q is equal to enclosed by the Gaussian surface, closed integration over volume V dq. Close integration over the volume V, as it is, just put the value of dq, rho of V into dV. Then substitute for the rho of V from the Maxwell's equation 1 we get. Here rho of V value, this is Maxwell's equation, that value is del dot dl. That value we have to put where rho of V is present. Then we get Q is equal to closed integration over volume V del dot d bar into dV. Then according to Gauss law of electrostatic, we know the equations of the Gauss law in electrostatic, that is Q is equal to closed integration over the surface S d bar into ds bar. D bar is a flux density, S is a surface. Then comparing the equations or equating the equation for Q, we get, put this equation here where Q is present, that is equation is Q means closed integration over the volume V del dot d bar into dV, where Q is present, here put closed integration V del dot d bar into dV. This equation 3 is represented as Gauss divergence theorem. Divergence theorem is related to surface integral with volume integral. In that Gauss divergence theorem, first function is the we have to convert the surface integral to volume integral. So that here statement is given by the integral of any compound flux density, that is a d bar, over the closed surface in an electrical field. Here, that is a closed surface in an electrical field, is equal to volume integral phi of the divergence flux density. Dot product is represented as the divergence, that is a divergence flux density throughout the space enclosed by the surface. Then this equation is represented as the Gauss divergence theorem. Next, we move towards the Stokes theorem. Here, the Stokes theorem is related to the main function of the Stokes theorem is surface integral converts to the line integral, and Gaussian's theorem is related to the surface integral is convert to the volume integral. So that here Stokes theorem provided a way of relating the line integral to the surface integral, or vice versa. The curl of vector exists in a vector field. Here the vector f bar at each point in a vector field. These curved lines are the vector field, and in that vector f bar at each point of the surface, and sum of all those curls, sum of these all curls within any chosen surface, then sum will be equal to just the circulation of f bar around the boundary of chosen surface. Here the surface integral of the curl of f bar, these are the field lines, closed surface is present. In that closed surface we have to consider the vector f bar, and the sum of the vector f bar that we given. The statement of Stokes theorem is the surface integral of the curl f bar throughout the chosen surface is equal to circulation of f bar around the boundary of the chosen surface. The surface integral of Stokes theorem is given by the surface integral of the curl f bar throughout is equal to whole circulation, means whole boundary of the curl f bar, this chosen surface. These two theorems are important for examination, so we have to watch it, and if you have any doubt, call me.